नमस्कार, गुड मॉर्निंग। मैं डॉक्टर अमिताभा यादव, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर, दीनदयाल उपाध्याय कौशल केंद्र, आप सभी का तहे दिल से स्वागत करती हूँ। आज के इस वेबिनार में साइबर जागरूकता दिवस के सेशन 2 में मैं आप सभी का हार्दिक अभिनंदन, वंदन और नमन करती हूँ। किसी भी कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत हम लाइटनिंग ऑफ द लैम्प और ईश्वर की आराधना से करते हैं। इस कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए मैं मिस्टर विनय यादव जी, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर दीनदयाल उपाध्याय कौशल केंद्र को आमंत्रित करती हूँ कि वो सरस्वती वंदना से इस कार्यक्रम का आरंभ करें। सर।
अमिताभ मैम, सबसे पहले हम मां शारदे करते हुए एक सारे करते हैं। या कुंदेन्तु तुषारे हारे धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदन। इसके बाद एक मंत्र में पढ़ूंगा। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मां कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति।
Thank you, Vinay sir. Sir, due to unavailability of principal, sir, I want to skip the part of that, and sir will shortly join, and again I will do it. Certainly, this is the right time to vindicate the 4 pillars of education. Gyan Yog, learning to know; Karam Yog, learning to do; Sahyog, learning to live together; Atma Yog, learning to be. Now I would like to welcome Dr. Neeraj Tiwari, Secretary, Vigyan Bharati, Awadh Prant, Lucknow, and Assistant Professor, Babasaheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University in the Department of Information Technology, to highlight the genesis of the program. Dr. Neeraj.
जी अमिताभ जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। सबसे पहले मैं वर्चुअल प्लेटफॉर्म पे आदरणीय डॉक्टर देवेंद्र कुमार सिंह जी, प्रिंसिपल एनटीजीसी का स्वागत करते हैं। साथ ही साथ हमारे चीफ गेस्ट डॉक्टर रंजीत कुमार सिंह जी, जो कि डायरेक्टर सिप्स इंडिया फॉरेंसिक लैब में कार्यरत हैं, का अभिनंदन करते हैं। और अमिताभ जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद व्यक्त करते हैं करने का जिम्मा उठाया। यहाँ उपस्थित सभी छात्र छात्राओं को हम बधाई देते हैं कि वो इस डिजिटल अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम का हिस्सा बन रहे हैं और भविष्य की चुनौतियों के लिए अपने आप को तैयार कर रहे हैं। अब बात आती है कि ये साइबर अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम की आवश्यकता क्यों पड़ रही है और हम सब इस पे क्यों आज चर्चा करने जा रहे हैं। बताते चले कि जो कोविड-19 और जो हमारे इस 2 साल में हुआ है, जो घटनाएं हुई हैं, उन परिस्थितियों में हमको बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला है। हमें याद आता है कि 2 साल पहले हम कभी भी कोई ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम करना होता था, तो ये हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज होता था और शायद हम उससे कतराते रहते थे कि ये ऑनलाइन बैठक कैसे हो पाएगी या ऑनलाइन सेमिनार कैसे हो पाएगा। लेकिन कोविड के परिस्थितियों में हमको उन सब बातों के लिए तैयार किया कि अब हम बहुत ही फ्रिक्वेंटली ऑनलाइन क्लासेस करते हैं। तो एक ऑनलाइन का जो प्लेटफॉर्म भारत में डेवलप हुआ है, वो कोविड के दौरान ही हुआ है। लेकिन साथ-साथ तमाम ऐसे चैलेंजेस भी हैं जो हमको आज फेस करना पड़ रहा है। हमारा जो एक्सेस है वो डिजिटल मोड में बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया है, चाहे वो सोशल मीडिया का प्लेटफॉर्म हो या हमारा अकाउंट ट्रांजैक्शन का प्लेटफॉर्म हो। भारत सरकार भी इसके लिए हम सबको मोटिवेट करती है। तो अब कहीं न कहीं
सर आपकी वॉइस नहीं आ रही है, म्यूट हो गए हैं लग रहा है।
को कैसे बचाएं, अपने घर वालों को कैसे बचाएं, अपने दोस्तों को कैसे बचाएं, क्योंकि यहाँ ज्यादातर कम्युनिटी हम देख पा रहे हैं सब कंप्यूटर साइंस और आईटी ओरिएंटेड लोगों का ही यहाँ पे जमावड़ा है। तो हम सब की नैतिक जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि हम इस अवेयरनेस के माध्यम से जो बातें निकल के आएंगी उनको समाज तक पहुंचाएं, उनको निचले स्तर पे जो इलिटरेट लोग हैं उनको भी हम बताएं कि हम कैसे इन सब अपराधों से बच सकते हैं, साइबर क्राइम क्या है और ये कैसे घटित हो सकता है। और इसके बारे में हमारे जो विशेषज्ञ लोग हैं वो इस पे विस्तृत चर्चा भी करेंगे और आपको बताएंगे कि हमें क्या क्या सावधानियां रखनी चाहिए। जो है ये यूजीसी के द्वारा दिया गया है और उनके दिशा निर्देश में ही पूरे देश में इसको संचालित किया जा रहा है और प्रथम बुधवार को 1 घंटे के लिए मनाया जाता है। तो ये नेशनल पीजी कॉलेज के द्वारा संचालित दूसरा प्रोग्राम है और इसमें आप सब लोग हिस्सा बन रहे हैं, ये हम सब लोग के लिए एक सौभाग्य की बात है। डॉक्टर अमिताभा जी ने इसको बहुत ही अच्छे से संचालित किया है, पहले भी किया है और हम चाहते हैं कि प्रोग्राम का संचालन डॉक्टर अमिताभा जी आगे करती रहेंगी और मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद व्यक्त करता हूँ। जी अमिताभा जी।
धन्यवाद नीरज सर। जैसा कि जो है कोविड-19 की ऐसी परिस्थितियां आने के बाद जो है ये माना गया, यूजीसी के द्वारा निर्देश आया कि हमें हर एवरी मंथ ऑफ फर्स्ट वेंसडे हमें जो है ये प्रोग्राम को है कंडक्ट कराना है, ताकि हम जो है साइबर जागरूकता दिवस मना पाएं। जो भी जो है हमें किस तरीके से सोशल मीडिया पे कैसे हमें जो है लॉग इन करना चाहिए, किसे बताना है, किसे नहीं करना है, कितना अवेयरनेस हमें करना है, कितना हमें जो है शेयर करना है कंटेंट, क्या नहीं कंटेंट शेयर करना है, ये सबको जो है मद्देनजर रखते हुए यूजीसी द्वारा ये जो है प्रोग्राम हम हर वेंसडे को जो है हर मंथ के पहले बुधवार को जो है ऑर्गेनाइज कराते हैं। इसी के आधार पर हमने एक श्रृंखला तैयार करी है जो कि हमारा पूरा 1 साल तक जो है कंटिन्यू रहेगा। आज का जो हमारा सेकंड वेबिनार है इस श्रृंखला का, उसमें जो हमारे एक्सपर्ट हैं डॉक्टर रंजीत कुमार सर, इज अ डायरेक्टर SIFS India Forensic Lab. Dr. Singh is a well-versed professional with more than 14 years experience in the field of forensic science. He is chiefly competent and sought after for his quotient document, cyber forensic, and fingerprint expertise. Dr. Singh is a founder of SIFS India Forensic Lab, serving the best forensic services globally. He has completed his MSc and PhD from the University of Delhi and is qualified with CEH and CHFI from EC Council, along with additional diplomas and certification in forensic science. On to his name, he has many national and international papers in journals of repute and books published to his credit. He has also provided numerous legal reports for Honorable Court, police departments, NCB, and various government organization and law enforcement agencies. He has rendered service to almost all life and general insurance companies and renowned corporates such as Tata Group et
तो
extra.
शाम तक गिरवाओ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है।
प्लीज आप अपने आप को म्यूट रखें, अनम्यूट ना करें, कोई भी म्यूट रखें। दिवाकर रावत,
कोई
शशांक
दिक्कत नहीं,
मणि
आराम से
तिवारी,
काम करो भाई, या तो कल कह
शशांक मणि तिवारी, आई विल एक्सपेल यू। प्लीज म्यूट करिए। He has given his expert opinion in more than thousands of cases. His contribution and work experience are not limited to the nation, as he also visited and delivered a lecture in University College Cork, Trinity College, Ireland, He has provided services to many countries such as USA, United Kingdom, France, Australia, and many African countries. He has also been often involved in providing free forensic training for thousands of police officials for the betterment and development of the nation, with his knowledgeable and intellectual ideas to be only national but international by training many police officials from countries like South Africa, Nigeria, Ethiopia, Uganda, Philippines, etc. His organization, SIFS India, has many national and international collaborations with various universities and organizations that expand the horizon of forensic science, working on his constant belief in developing and creating new ideas as per the need of the hour. His never stop working style led him to grow even more in the pandemic 2020, where he connected himself with more than 3 lakh peoples and 500 plus institutions in forensics. He has many lifetime membership in forensic science with different renowned organizations. He is also a member of the Global Advisory Board of the EC Council. Dr. Ranjit Singh is profoundly involved in forensic investigations, forensic training, and forensic education, and has made himself available to conduct the DVI workshop, sharing his knowledge, experience, and expertise with the participants of the workshop. Dr. Singh has marked his self-reliance Atmanirbhar presence by creating one of its kind user-friendly portal for connecting links of forensic worldwide. Now, I would like to Dr. Singh to deliver his lecture on cyber forensic. Sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope my presentation is visible to everyone. Ma'am, my presentation is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, Amitava, ma'am, for inviting me for delivering a talk on Cyber JAAGROOKTA DIWAS and cyberspace and the law and cyber forensics. And I thank you, Principal Sir, Dr. Devendra Kumar Sir, for giving me opportunity to interact with such a lovely audience. I always love to give my input in the National PG College. It's like my second home. Thank you, Rakesh Jain sir, Vinay Yadav sir, Nilesh Tiwari sir. Thank you everyone for making me the part of this Cyber JAAGROOKTA Divas, and which is an initiative of UGC on Wednesday, first Wednesday. So with this, without wasting a time, we all know that we all are connected through this COVID era, through different applications, through different work, and we are sitting at our home. We are doing all our work. And I mentioned I visited 2017 or 18, and even in 19 in the college, we are suppose that I'm sorry. We suppose that we are going to organize one online lecture from the international delegates from the Italy, and we are just working on the model how we can do that. We are thinking about the digital India, but actually COVID-19 made us the digital India. And now we can say that we all are fully digital India. But yes, in this digital era, we need to be very much aware about what is the cyber crime happening. Because if someone is doing work through the mobile, through the laptop, through the tablets, there are different ways where the hacker or the criminal can enter into your mobile phone, your devices. What kind of frauds is going on nowadays, and how you can make secure your devices. So with this, I'm going to cover the cyberspace and the law of the cyber forensics. What are the difficulty we have in the cyberspace? What are the things we need to be careful about whenever we are accessing? The reason behind why we are so vulnerable in this silicon era. In this silicon era, because everything is limited to our smartphone. And you must have read that Netflix is not charging only $199. They are taking our time. Instagram is taking our time, Facebook is taking our time, and time always have a value. Youngster, basically, you have spent your hours and hours just watching reels, videos, browsing, and I'm sure that you cannot spend such time on reading any article. That is a reality, and that's why I used to call in this we are addicted with a drug, and that drug is called virtual drug. And we need to get rid of this virtual drug by having some tips of the for the parent. Cyber parenting is also very, very important. We can set something that what our children is doing in our mobile phone, and the students, you can also check what all permission you have given in your mobile phone or your devices. Several times you are not aware about what permission you have given, but you can check your permission in devices. This mobile phone carry everything, everything. You just start from the newspaper starting day. When we start our day, it's
क्या
the newspaper,
क्या
you start with a
दिया नहीं मैंने
camera, with a video camera. You, if you are going into kitchens, you cookery books, English dictionary, so and so on. You can see anything and everything nowadays is just in a small mobile. You can, this is the mobile phone is replaced everything. Our playing card to, I have seen in this pandemic, many groups are playing Ludos by online, like 3, 4 friends, those who are one in Lucknow, one in Bangalore, another in Delhi, they are playing Ludo. Like earlier, which we used to go at the Nani place, Nani ke ghar jate the, and hum log Ludo khelte the. The similar feel we are getting in this digital era. But you know, you will amazed to know that such application allowing us to enter in our device. Such even through the calculator, hacker are entering your mobile phone. If you're just talking about the AnyDesk and any other applications, that is an old story. But nowadays, a vulnerability is on every application. You have to be very careful what permission you are giving. If you are installing any calculator, he is asking for the camera access. He's asking for your photo gallery access. What is the need of calculator to access all these things? He's asking for your phone book access. You should not allow or you should not install such applications. Always check what is the company, those who are giving this application. So it's very important in this digital era, whenever you are accessing, like this is just a list of 50, but it can be a 50 million. If you just consider out the number of applications available on a Play Store or App Store, it's in a millions. And all are accessing our data, all need some permissions. So it's very important for us to check what permission we should give and what permission we should not give. Because when everything replaced by the smartphone, and this smartphone comes with several kind of things, and you all have seen New Year gift, Amazon gift, like you must have forwarded this Tata Group 150th anniversary, Women's Day gift, KBC fraud, COVID applications are coming. Just you can drop your number on a WhatsApp and you will get download the certificate. Like that, they have created. Call center numbers they have given, and in first stream you can see that अब बता मैं तुझे कब कहा कि 10 लोगों को मैसेज भेजेगा तो तेरा बुरा नहीं होगा. If you are forwarding such messages, I don't know विदाउट फॉरवर्डिंग बुरा होगा कि नहीं होगा, लेकिन फॉरवर्ड करने से बुरा होने के बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग चांसेस हैं. रीजन बिहाइंड they are creating such backlink, and by that backlink they are taking access of your device. So always whenever you receive such messages in such group, any of your group, you immediately delete. And I have seen the senior people, rank up IPS, IAS, they are forwarding such messages without knowing the consequences and without knowing the content behind this. You all have read about the cryptography, you have read about the several attacks, and you have read about the phishing attacks. So these all things are nowadays very common, and in New Year, in whatever the occasions coming, they are sending Amazon gift anniversary, Tata gift anniversary. So these are the very, very important issues. And at that time, in this COVID era, we have a top 15 cyber threat. Number one is a malware attack, which is a ransomware, comes into the ransomware form. Web-based attack, phishing, web application attack. If you are installing some applications, they are taking spam emails. Like in the early morning, you received an email that there is a £7 million lying with me, and I want to invest in your country because the law and order of my country is not good. Like that, many of you have received such emails. DDoS attack, identity theft, data breach. Data breach is also on very high. You have seen that Air India data leak. You have seen the Domino's data leak, and several cases has been done on the Domino's data leak. On the very lighter note, I just want to share one story which I was the part of investigation. There was a case of the divorce filed by the wife that husband said that कि वो बैंगलोर में गया था मीटिंग के लिए, बट उसका डोमिनोज पे जब नंबर डाल के डेटा ब्रीच में जब अनियन वेबसाइट पे डार्क वेब पे देखा गया तो वो तो लखनऊ में बैठा था अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड के पास, तो मुझे इस बेसिस पे डिवोर्स चाहिए. So you can understand that how vulnerable this data is, whatever the information you are sharing. And similarly, Air India, given the credit card number, till the credit card number they have revealed. So many people, they are receiving a call, like I call, आप डॉक्टर अमिताभा बोल रही हैं जी मैम, आपका क्रेडिट कार्ड नंबर ये है, लास्ट के डिजिट ये है, आपने इस फ्लाइट से यहाँ ट्रेवल किया और आपके लिए एक ऑफर दिया गया. अनफॉर्चुनेटली और फॉर्चुनेटली 100 में से 20 लोग ऐसे होते हैं कि उनको अगले किसी टाइम में फ्लाइट बुक करनी होती. सो व्हाट मैम विल डू, शी विल एक्सेप्ट माय ऑफर एंड उस ऑफर में वो किसी भी तरह से अपना डिटेल मुझे शेयर कर देंगी, बिकॉज उनका 90% डिटेल जो डाटा लीक हुआ है आई हैव शेयर्ड विद हर, एंड दैट्स several times it's called a baby cry syndrome. And baby cry syndrome was a very famous cyber attack when a lady called the bank officers, and bank officers say that I cannot verify all your informations, and on that basis he just started making a sound of a baby cry, and उसमें bank officer जो है trap हो गया, and he transferred that money or given that information. So database is a very high risk nowadays. And insider threat is also very botnet, physical manipulation of the data, information leakage by the whistleblowers, which happened in the DHFL, in ICICI Bank, ransomware attack, cyber espionage, and cyber cryptojacking. So cryptojacking is another nowadays, and juicing. You have seen that if you are using any charger of the airport or any other charger, they are taking all your information from that charger. They are installing some malware, and through that malware they are taking your contact details. In COVID era particularly, the people have taken a small loans like 30,000, 50,000, and from the application, unknown applications, because we all are financially struggling, and we get that information कि आपको 30,000 का लोन मिलेगा, किसी डॉक्यूमेंट की जरूरत नहीं है, and we click, allow, and at the end of the day they have accessed all the information. They have taken all the numbers of our phone books, and they start calling the relatives, they start calling all the members from the different companies, and in that defamation cases they are doing the defamation, they are abusing the family members, and in that condition, online loan frauds, many people have committed suicide. So you can understand the severity, you can understand the threat in such kind of activity which is done by the criminal. And law is silent on this part because you have given the permission to access all your information. Like for an example, अगर कॉलेज की गेट पे सिक्योरिटी गार्ड नहीं होगा तो कोई भी एंटर कर सकता है. So security guard is just our safeguarding. He is not allowing us, he is not giving the permission. Similarly, you are giving the permission. So here the law is silent. Without your permission, they are not getting. And the OTP fraud, OLX fraud, they are sending a picture of army officers that they want to sell the scooty. And many of you might have faced that they want to sell the scooty, and in that scooty, cost is very low, like 15,000, just because I need the money I want to sell. And in that case, they will send a link to you on the Google Pay, and just कि कोई और ये स्कूटी जल्दी ना ले ले मेरे से पहले, आपने उसको पे कर दिया अमाउंट, जबकि आपने अपना एक्सेस दे दिया अपार्ट फ्रॉम द पेइंग। कई बार आप जब स्कूटी अपनी सेल करना चाहते हैं ऑन अ वेरी हाई रेट, लाइक अगर आपने कोई स्कूटी 65,000 की खरीदी है एंड यू वांट टू सेल ऑन 60,000, the hacker will accept your offer and they will send the link for applications of any desk or any other things. You can accept the payment, and there are, modus operandi is several. Yesterday I was giving a training to the Surat police, and their modus operandi is very, very different, like Fawn and Petal, you might have heard about. There is a portal, Fawn and Petal, from which you can send a gift, a flower gift to anyone. One person, he sent the flower gift and through the foreign petal. And आज की डेट में क्या होता है ना, हम सब कुछ जो है फेसबुक पे डालते हैं, इंस्टाग्राम पे डालते हैं, तो पता लग गया हैकर को कि आज इसका बर्थडे है, एंड ही सेंड द फ्लावर गिफ्ट, एंड foreign petal का बन के वो फ्लावर ले गया। अर्ली मॉर्निंग 6 o'clock किसी को भी हैप्पी बर्थडे का फ्लावर आएगा तो बड़ा अच्छा लगेगा, एंड दैट इज अ ट्रैप। एंड उस कंडीशन में क्या हुआ कि मैम आपको हैप्पी बर्थडे, मैम विश यू हैप्पी बर्थडे, आपका ये गिफ्ट आया है, और आपके ही किसी फ्रेंड का जो फ्रीक्वेंट आपके फोटो लाइक करता है, कमेंट करता है, उसकी तरफ से वो आपको गिफ्ट आएगा। आपने गिफ्ट एक्सेप्ट किया। जनरली आपने देखा होगा कि कई बार ओटीपी मांगते हैं वो लोग फॉर कंफर्मेशन। सो ही सेड कि आपके पास ओटीपी आएगा, और नींद में 6 बजे 5 बजे आदमी जब आता है तो होता है ठीक है ये वेरिफिकेशन कोड है, आप ले लो। उसने दिया, एंड ही यूज द जैमर। जैसे ही ओटीपी इसने दिया, ओटीपी किसी थर्ड पर्सन जो बैठा हुआ है वो फोन से सुना और वहां से ट्रांजेक्शन किया, एंड ही यूज द जैमर ओवर हियर। तो उसको नोटिफिकेशन आया ही नहीं, अदरवाइज वो शायद भाग के उसको पकड़ लेता कि मेरे अकाउंट से जो है 75 लाख रुपीज जो है विड्रॉ हो गए। एंड एज पर द transfer guidelines of the banking system, they attempt after the 10 minutes the second notification. So first notification उसको गया, deliver नहीं हुआ, तो delivery नहीं होने के बाद after 10-15 minutes they send the second notification, and 10-15 seconds में वो कहाँ था, hacker किसी को पता नहीं लगा, and number is silent, and this is a modus operandi. This is a one, and like that there can be 1,000, like that there can be 1,000 of modus operandi by which they are taking information. So what are the generally cyber crime we are having? We are having the virus attack, WhatsApp lottery, honey trap, phishing scam, ATM fraud, SIM swapping, holiday fraud, online fraud, pension fraud, hacking, identity theft, cyberbullying, online activism, child sexual abuses, revenge porn, online hate crime, stalking, and many more. And in this, many students are also through the Facebook, they are accepting a friend request, particularly boys. Sorry to say, but particularly boys, they are accepting the friend request, some Juliana or something, and उनको लगता है कि कोई foreign की उनकी friend बन गई है. They will start chatting, and then on the end of the day, they just need. There is no Juliana. There is only some boy होगा कोई रमेश सुरेश जो आपको लिए उस नाम से बात कर रहा है, और उसमें आपने अपना न्यूड वीडियोस दे दिया। उस कंडीशन में वो आपको ट्रैप करना शुरू करेगा, एंड दे स्टार्ट विद अ हाई अमाउंट ऑफ ransom, like 1 lakh, 2 lakh, and they, by seeing that you are not able to pay the capital, they are closing even on 1,000 rupees. And that was recently back, it was cracked by Gurgaon police and the UP police jointly. I was a part of that team. And the couple, those who are operating husband wife, they worth around 20 crore rupees by taking 1,000, 2,000 rupees from the different students group. So students, be aware whenever you are accepting any request, you should see that who all are the common friend, either you know him or her or not. Similarly, the online frauds and pension fraud, holiday frauds, whenever you search something, like you search Adidas, from the very next day you will get the ad of the Adidas. It's just because they are getting your they are getting the information through your microphone. You have given the information accessing of your browser to the microphone, and or your application to the microphone, and through your microphone, if you are talking, even you do not search, you just talk about some product, Lakme product, or any VLCC product, you talk about anything, you will start getting such advertisement. It's just because you have given the permissions. So check in your app permission what permission should be given and what permission should not be given to the people, those who are taking the information. And here you can see the nowadays is a big threat for the industry. And can anyone spot any difference in this? In this apple.com or apple.com, is there any difference? No. The reason why seeing that you are not able to find any difference, and that's why even the paypal.com, and they are sending the link that you have received the amount of PayPal, and they are not using the alphabet which we are typing on our keyboard. They are using the different other alphabet. And you can see, if you see the paypal.com is not available, but paypal.com is available. You may search the National PG College or National PG College. You just change the L or you just change the A in the Cyrillic or any other alphabet, you will get that domain. And usually दोनों अगर आप देखो paypal.com और paypal.com नीचे में या apple.com में कोई difference आपको नजर नहीं आया. The reason behind that, visually they look similar, and visually if you are looking similar, we just click on the link. Even all the banking, they are giving the guidelines, they are publishing on their website that they never send any notification, they never send any kind of offer on your phone through the SMS. But just seeing the SBI I जो है वो Cyrillic होगा, तो उसमें आपको पता नहीं लगेगा कि वो ओरिजिनल है कि नहीं है, क्लिक कर देते हैं. And आपको the golden rule, never click on any link. If you want to access Amazon, click on the Amazon. I'll show you some example. Here you can see the Amazon in a different font, and see all Amazon.com by spelling they look similar. But if you see somewhere is umlaut, somewhere is with the zero, somewhere you can see different kind of things. What are actually this? So they are using the Unicode, and that code is coming into encoding format, and this is actually ma.on.x59.a.com, and here in homograph will look like it is a normal Amazon.com. And generally we are not aware, several times we are not aware that ये Amazon में ये small वाला आता है, ये वाला आता है, क्योंकि हमें खुद ही फॉन्ट का उतना नहीं पता होता. तो हो सकता है इवन आज की डेट में जो यूथ पर्टिकुलरली दे आर वेरी फैसिनेटिंग इन चेंजिंग देयर फॉन्ट साइज इन द मोबाइल. आप फॉन्ट साइज देखिए, उनके इतने फैसिनेटिंग होते हैं कि कई बार तो उनके मैसेजेस का स्क्रीनशॉट जब आता है तो समझ में नहीं आता कि लिखा क्या है. सो use a normal font, number one, so that you can identify if there is some homographic attack, and this attack is on a very high, and this is called the IDN homographic attack. What is the IDN? It's international domain, internationalized domain name, and it's spelled out in the Cyrillic, Russian, Greek, Chinese, Japanese letter. Before 2012, they are only using the English alphabet, but after that, ICANN allowed to use the different other Latin characters as well, like Cyrillic, Greek, and others. Cyrillic characters nowadays are a favorite, is just because they have the many similarity with the English alphabet. And if you are using an English alphabet and Cyrillic alphabet, by seeing the visual, it is very difficult for anyone to identify that which one is the Cyrillic, which one is the English. And you see here, this is some mimic example, and in this you can easily see the in Cyrillic A and the Latin A. So you can confuse with the Latin letter, which usually we type to our keyboard. And like this, there are 100 million IDN is used today. You can imagine, like if I'm using a SBI, or you have seen the PM Cares fraud, PM Care and PM Cares. So even PM Care at SBI.com they have created, just because they have used in the form of confusable Cyrillic homography. So around 100 million IDN nowadays in the use, and top IDN are 466 top global, like TCS, like Infosys, IBM. So their website is also compromised with this IDN URL. And being a students, being a job seeker, whenever you receive IBM.com is looking, but I is in the Cyrillic format. So you are not able to identify this IBM is original or not. And they said that for the interview scheduling, you have to pay around 6,000, 5,000 rupees. And as being a job seeker, what we do, we can pay that small amount to get the interview in the IBM, and I'm going to place in the IBM, Infosys, or the TCS. Similarly, Google, Microsoft, they are also facing such issue. So they several times they are writing to the ICANN so that they can scrutinize such domain. And their company itself, they are scrutinized, and for that they have given the bug bounty also, that if someone is reporting some website with a similar kind of Cyrillic alphabet, they are going to give some amount as a bounty for their improvement. So here the key note is that you need to be very careful whenever you are accessing any website, and always type the name of the website, because your keyboard is a Latin which cannot be changed unless you're not changing that keyword. And you see that in your keyboard you can change, you can use all the keyboard options through the Gboard, or through several other applications are there. By that you can easily identify either the website is valid or not. You can see this picture. This picture is speaking a lot if you are talking about the phishing attack. See the we can say it's accidentally or coincidentally the both pictures are original, and this this original and this statue at the same things. This happened with our phishing attack. And in phishing attack, what actually they do, they attempt to acquire your sensitive information like password, account details, and you will receive some email from the nationalpg.nic.in or the website name with the URL, and you will see that there is no huge difference in that. And you see, these are the top phishing attacks nowadays, holiday e-crowd, because everyone is in COVID. After the COVID, everyone wants to go out and spend some time in Goa, Maldives, or Bangkok. Even the celebrity like Amisha Patel, she compromised her account. And many other celebrity also, they have compromised. Subrata Datta is the actor which work in the several movie, and he's working in our movie. I'm shooting one movie called Forensic with Radhika Apte and Vikrant Messi. So during the shooting, Subrata got attacked, and Subrata is the actor you have seen in the several movies with Manoj Bajpayee and other in the Tevar and other movies. So he's a very senior actor, and immediately just he's accessing the holiday in Maldives packages, and by that way hacker get all the information. So these are the very phishing scenario nowadays going, and we all are just checking on the social media on the reward like that. And this classified into several categories: spear phishing, scareware, social engineering, phone phishing. Like nowadays they are calling, hello संगीता, मैं बोल रहा हूँ राहुल. अच्छा, कौन राहुल? अरे गुड़िया दीदी को जानते नहीं हो? गुड़िया is very common name. मैं उनका पति बोल रहा हूँ from this place, and they sometimes आप बहुत सारे, मैं वही कह रहा हूँ कि 100 में से 20 लोग ऐसे हो जाते हैं, हाँ कैसे हो, ऐसे एक बार कॉल किया, दूसरी बार कॉल किया, संगीता देखना एक मैसेज आया होगा, तो संगीता ने मैसेज देखा और क्लिक किया. आई एम जस्ट टेकिंग अ नेम फ्रॉम द स्क्रीन, संगीता कमल. सो उन्होंने मैसेज देखा और राहुल के मैसेज को उन्होंने क्लिक कर दिया, एंड बाय दैट वे संगीता गिवन ऑल द एक्सेस ऑफ मोबाइल फोन, एंड उसके बाद राहुल के कंट्रोल में मोबाइल फोन है. जब जो इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए होगी वो ले सकता है, आपके मैसेजेस, आपके क्रेडिट कार्ड इन्फॉर्मेशन. यू विल सी दैट आप लोग के भी ऐसे आते होंगे बहुत सारे मेल. सुबह सुबह जो है आप करोड़पति बन जाते होंगे, लेकिन अगर जैसे ही उस ईमेल को डिलीट करेंगे तो फिर आपके अकाउंट में वही 134 रुपीज बचते हैं. तो आप करोड़पति सुबह सुबह जो बनते हैं कोई नहीं बनता है. So never click on such email. And similarly, you will particularly for the higher educations, those students are going, they are getting such websites, and आप उस पे अप्लाई करते हो, आपको यूजर नेम पासवर्ड भी मिलता है, and it look very genuine. But अनफॉर्चुनेटली जब आपको वहां पे फी पे करनी होती है, फी पे करने के बाद आपको लगता है कि ये तो कैंसस यूनिवर्सिटी की वेबसाइट ही नहीं है, ये वेबसाइट तो किसी और की है. व्हेन योर एप्लीकेशन, व्हेन यू आर नॉट गेटिंग एनी रिप्लाई, तो आप कहाँ कंप्लेन करोगे? यू विल कंप्लेन इन द एम्बेसी, एंड देन एम्बेसी विल लुक, एंड जब लुक करेगा एम्बेसी तो जिस वेबसाइट से आपने पे किया है उसका यूआरएल ही अलग है. सो उसका यूआरएल एंड कैंसस यूनिवर्सिटी का यूआरएल अलग है. सो दैट यूआरएल प्ले एन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. Earlier, it was a very important to see the HTTPS, but nowadays HTTPS they can easily convert and they can easily buy. So For phishing, there is a preventive measures. I used to say this 4 preventive measures. Number 1, never reply on such email which comes with a dear valued customer, dear sir, madam, or dear students, not by your name. If some university is replying, they will try to reply with your name. Never ever send any sensitive information on the email, not to hacker or someone wants, even to your relative. Never share with your relative, because if whenever your email will compromise, they will search your email, they will download all email through the Google takeout, through the any other methodology, and after that they will search the keywords, and by that keyword, if they will get the your credit card information or bank account information or any other sensitive information. सो जनरली क्या होता है कि अभी आप लोगों में भी जितने लोग हैं इस अटेंडी में, कई लोगों ने अपने अकाउंट नंबर अपने फोन में सेव किए होंगे अकाउंट नंबर के नाम से, और पिन भी सेव किया होगा उसमें. सो उसमें ये गलतियां होती हैं. सो नेवर शेयर सच इंफॉर्मेशन एंड नेवर सेव सच इंफॉर्मेशन इन योर फोन. एक गलती और हम करते हैं, whenever we do the online shopping, we always save our card into the that application, either Paytm, Amazon, और उसका अगर एक्सेस हो जाता है, I'll share one case later on, एंड उसमें वो इजीली आपका अमाउंट आपके मोबाइल फोन से, आपकी परमिशंस, आपके ओटीपी, विदाउट हैविंग एनीथिंग, दे विल डूइंग दैट. So whenever you are accessing any phone, any website, always check it should be a HTTPS, particularly when you are doing some transactional amount and giving your information. If you receive any email from someone whom you don't know, always delete such email. Do not click, because this can come to the attack of the viruses. And because due to the viruses, we have several other attack also compromised with this. And viruses are nothing, they are the program which modifying, and these are the way by which we are getting the viruses attacked, by software, by songs, by games, by crack, torrent, file sharing, screen share, and many more. So be aware, these are few examples. वेबसाइट आप स्कैन करते हैं, तो उस वेबसाइट के टाइम पे आपको जब हम लोग कॉल रिकॉर्डर या कोई एप्लीकेशंस करते हैं, या एपीके होता है, कई कई अपने फ्रेंड आपस में शेयर करते हैं कि एपीके ले ले, नेटफ्लिक्स फ्री में चलेगा. भैया फ्री में कुछ नहीं होता, नथिंग इज फ्री इन दिस डिजिटल वर्ल्ड. एवरीथिंग दे आर टेकिंग योर टाइम, योर डाटा, एंड इस तरह के भी आपको आते हैं तो आप स्केयर हो जाते हैं और उसमें आप क्लिक कर देते हैं. आइदर यू क्लिक यस, नो, और किसी भी तरह का आप इंफॉर्मेशन उनको दे रहे हो, तो आपका सिस्टम कॉम्प्रोमाइज हो रहा है. समटाइम यू विल गेट दिस पॉप अप इन योर जॉकर हाउस का, ये भी बहुत and like this. So they are taking a ransomware, and how this ransomware works? This ransomware works with an infected pen drive or malicious website or an email attachment. They are getting the information, they are just getting all the data, they are locking, and for unlocking they are giving the key, and for that they need a some amount they are asking for that. And if your system is attacked, how you can know that your system is attacked? These are few symptoms, like they're slowing the operating system, boot time longer, slower internet speed, file corruption will have, fake warning messages will come, unwanted hidden processes will come. So you can check, control, or delete what all process is going on. Some unwanted emails, mass emails will come into your account, and here you need to be very cautious to turn on your window defender and firewall security. So few preventive measures: always use the legal services, legal antiviruses, always update your operating systems, see that if there is any spyware in your system, avoid visiting any suspicious website, perform regular backup, don't click on any pop-up, never respond to that spam, or we always, read the end user license, which we never do. तो एंड यूजर लाइसेंस एग्रीमेंट आप उसमें पढ़ेंगे तो उसमें लिखा होता है कि आपका ये एक्सेस ले रहा है, ये चीज का एक्सेस है, तो यू शुड बी अवेयर अबाउट दैट. एंड दीज आर द व्हाट्सएप लॉटरी फ्रॉड्स. इसमें आपको इस तरह से मैसेजेस आएंगे, इस तरह से, अगर आप इफ यू कैन हियर इफ साउंड इज कमिंग. तो इस तरह से आपको बहुत सारे आएंगे, और इसमें जब आप देखोगे तो इस तरह के जब मैसेजेस आते हैं तो उसमें आपका जो टोन दिखेगा, दैट इज नॉट द इंडियन, आइदर इज बी कश्मीरी और इट विल प्रोबेबली बाय द because the word they are using, watan they are using, and they are saying that Saudi Arabia, वहाँ पे WhatsApp ban है, without VPN you cannot use the WhatsApp. So like that, it's a very small measuring things by which you can save yourself. Lots of OTPs are nowadays on the platforms, and honey trap is also on the very high, where the Air Force officers, he got trapped by someone with a name I call the Juliana, and someone lured her with a selective chat, and they given all the information of the sensitive information of our forces. And like this, you will get the Emma what dots, and then she will start chatting with you, and then later on they will go with the other content, and by this way they will come to the conclusion that they need some extortion money. And similarly, ATM fraud is also going on. Fraudster, they are using in the scanning, they are using the hand scanner which is lying beneath their coat or any other things, and they are making the dummy of your cards. Identity theft is also on very high, where the account takeover, skipping is also and several places in the UP, like I remember that to the Azamgarh, they have received several people, those who are making the scheme cards. So you, whenever you visit, you can see, and this is a very common fraud which I was about to discuss before closing my talk. Shoulder surfing. So whenever you are traveling in bus or train or any place, they are taking, they are just noticing your PIN number, and उसके बाद आपका मोबाइल वो चोरी कर लेगा, and उसको PIN number पता है, and हम गलती क्या करते हैं, we saved our card in our application, वहां से वो सारी ट्रांजेक्शन कर देगा इमीडिएटली, आपके अकाउंट में जितने पैसे हैं सारा, आपको कोई नोटिफिकेशन भी नहीं आएगा, बिकॉज जस्ट टू क्लोजिंग दैट और मोबाइल की थेफ्ट की आप रिपोर्ट लिखाते लिखाते आपको 30 मिनट तो लगेगा, एंड विद इन 30 मिनट्स विद योर फोन विद योर OTP ही कैन डू ऑल द ट्रांजेक्शन. सो क्रेडिट कार्ड अगर आपने ऐड किया तो ऑलवेज सेट द लिमिट इन द क्रेडिट कार्ड एंड सेट द लोअर लिमिट लाइक 10,000 5,000. यू कैन इंक्रीज एनी टाइम इफ यू वांट टू बाय आईफोन एंड यू वांट टू स्पेंड द मोर अमाउंट, यू कैन चेंज दैट लिमिट, बट आप लिमिट हमेशा कम रखिए, 5,000 की रखिए अपने क्रेडिट कार्ड में सेट करके, ताकि जब भी जरूरत अगर हैकर के हाथ भी लग जाता है तो एटलीस्ट 5,000 का नुकसान. हम गलती यहाँ पे क्या करते हैं, जस्ट टू अवॉइड द पुटिंग नंबर, 16 डिजिट नंबर को टाइप करने के लिए हम सेव कर देते हैं. और अगर आप जस्ट इमेजिन करो आपका 100 रुपीज भी लॉस होता है एक साल में, सो वो जो 16 डिजिट टाइप करने के ना आपको कोई 100 रुपीज पे नहीं करेगा, राइट? So it's very important, and at the working place, always never see that if your colleague, if you have a doubt, they are taking your password, because in the corporate such fraud is on very high, and by this way they are getting all the informations. So there are a few guidelines where you can destroy your card immediately, take a new card, don't share your PIN in your mobile phone or the wallet, treat credit card as actual money, stolen card to be reported immediately, because RBI doesn't give this liability to the banks. And be cautious of the information related to the website, verify transactions, keep eye on the credit card transactions, sign your blank card, because nowadays they are taking the signature also, but which is not going to solve much purpose, but yes, they are doing. And don't give your card to anyone else. Some holiday frauds, you can see such kind of holiday frauds is going on. What are the challenges involved in this digital forensic? Whenever police officer sees such devices, what are the basic challenges they are facing? So number one is the jurisdiction of the internet, because they are using the VPN, they are using the internet of other server, and it is not in the India, it is in the US, Nigeria, and other countries. So jurisdiction issue is the one. It's difficult to determine for the police officers that from which place a crime has been occurred. Sometimes it's difficult for investigating officers because of different countries have the different laws. Also, the lack of skilled and specialized investigating officer in the Indian scenario, and even in the African country as well. European country, they have this specialized and skilled police officer compared to the other. But yes, in India, either SciPed or SciTrain or I4C, they are doing lot for the police officers who are giving the training. And traditional methods is always work for the police officers, but cybercrime cannot be solved by the traditional method. For that, we require the specialized skill, specialized mind setup as well. So one should be always, if you are going to make your career as a cyber forensic investigator, one should always take precautions like never disconnect the power supply. You will get the live data, some live data. Do not touch keyboards because you can get a keystroke as well, last keyboards or the keyboard stacks. You can get the internet access, videotape all the equipment which you are going to get from the crime scene. Photograph the equipment with the serial number, so later on they cannot prosecution can prove the case easily and level all the evidence with the whatever the number you can see, because several times you are not aware about what is a MAC ID, what is the number of serial number of that laptop or the things. These are particularly when you are going to make your career as a cyber forensic investigator. And here is if any crime happened with you, you can report your crime on the cybercrime.gov.in. Here, those students have the interest, they can become the volunteer as well. And for the women and children, they have the specific complaint filing. You can anonymously file where you are getting some sexual threat or some abusive languages on a social media platform through the unknown account. So you can report on such things. So this is the government initiative, and here government is doing a lot for avoiding cybercrime, because after COVID, the range of the cybercrime increased because we all are having the mobile phone. We all are having the online access, and by that way, they are they are doing the crime. For that, it's very important to report such crimes so that police officer can know more and more about the nature of crime and the modus operandi. So whenever any crime happens with you or your relative and or your things, you should be allow you can guide them to report on such crime. So with this, thank you so much for giving me opportunity to share my thought, and here I'm open for all the questions in the mind of students, and I'm really sorry I took some extra minutes for my talk. Thank you so much, Anil.
Okay, sir. Sir, thank you so much. Any questions, students?
Yes, ma'am. I have
Yeah.
just one doubt. Good
Okay.
morning, sir. My name is Adnan, sir. I'm from Bivok. So I just have a question that I have used some apps which I have installed because I don't have any use of them. So I have given the permissions, sir, but I haven't removed them and I have installed that apps. So how can I can remove the permissions from that app, sir?
If you have installed applications and you have used and then again you uninstalled, the permissions automatically gone off, and you just check that if your mobile phone is up to date or not. If you are having a if you are having a high-end
Yeah,
phone,
I always do the system updates because of the security
yes,
patches.
yes, then it's perfectly. As per my view, it will be a secure, and you can also check the data information, so data uses. You can check whatever the data usage going through your. You just attach your phone in the laptop and see the log files. And if you are finding any activity or any URL which is not going, which is not used by you in your time, and it might be a chance that there is some backdoor entry or man and middle attack, so you can remove that entry. So you can check your logs through attaching your phone into the your system. Hope I have
Yes, sir.
answered your question.
Any other question? Anyone else want to ask some questions?
Sir, on our e-commerce websites, like we do the online payments, so is it not okay that we add the cards, our credit cards? Like on a Flipkart, I used to do the payments and I have added my credit card and it's always my debit card on it. So it's okay, or I have to remove on do every time when I do.
I request remove and do every transaction on every transactions, because that is going to take a hardly 1 minute. And if even someone get a chance, you see, just आपकी अगर लाइफ टाइम में एक बार भी वो होता है, तो whatever the loss you are going to bear, that is going to be less than the cost of your time which you are investing in putting that information into particular application. So uninstall कर दीजिए, कार्ड रिमूव कर दीजिए, वहां से जब जरूरत है तब आप वो कार्ड कीजिए.
Any other questions, students? किसी और के पास कोई क्वेश्चंस है पूछने के लिए? आई थिंक नो वन।
अगर आपको किसी भी साइबर क्राइम से रिलेटेड कोई भी क्वेरी आती है, आई एम एक्टिव ऑन ऑल सोशल मीडिया, LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can connect and ask your query whenever you are facing any incident. Yes, Sasha.
दीक्षित।
Yes, sir.
मैम सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है दैट सपोज इफ आई हैड yes ma'am if I had installed and modified app and after installing that मेरे ऐप मैनेजर में वो ऐप ही नहीं शो हो रही है एंड इवन जब मैंने उसे अगर फाइंड कर लिया और मैं उसे अनइंस्टॉल करने की ट्राई कर रहा हूँ तो मुझे मेरे ही फोन में मुझे एक्सेस नहीं दे रहा है कि मैं उसे अनइंस्टॉल कर सकूं। तो मैं उस केस में क्या करूं? बिकॉज प्ले स्टोर पे तो वेरीफाइड एप्स होती हैं बट फॉर सम रीजंस हम मॉडिफाइड ऐप डाउनलोड करते हैं लाइक अगर मुझे
देखिए, अगर आपने कोई भी मॉडिफाइड ऐप या कोई एपीके शेयरिंग के थ्रू किया है और वो वेरीफाइड नहीं है प्ले स्टोर के थ्रू और आपने अनइंस्टॉल कर दिया है या अनइंस्टॉल नहीं होने दे रहा है, राइट, तो बोट हो सकता है कि अनइंस्टॉल ना हो। उस कंडीशन में आप अपने डेटा का बैकअप लेके फोन को फैक्ट्री रीसेट कर दीजिए, तो वो ऐप ऑटोमेटिकली थर्ड पार्टी ऐप रिमूव हो जाएंगी, सिर्फ सिस्टम की ऐप जो आएंगी तो सिस्टम के साथ आती है। अगर जैसे पर्टिकुलर इन द Xiaomi phones और other phones, they are giving the boat along with that. तो उसमें आपका मॉडिफाइड या थर्ड पार्टी एपीके जो है वो अलाउ नहीं होगा अगर आप फैक्ट्री रीसेट कर देते हैं।
ओके सर। एनीवन एल्स वांट्स
लास्ट
टू
क्वेश्चन सर।
आस्क?
सर जो हम ई
ओके।
कॉमर्स वेबसाइट्स पे कभी कभार ऑनलाइन जो सर शॉपिंग करते हैं तो उस पर अपनी डिटेल्स डाल देते हैं और साइन आउट हो जाते हैं तो सर और डिटेल्स उस पर रह जाती हैं तो सर अगर उन सभी से ई कॉमर्स वेबसाइट से हमें अगर लॉग आउट करना हो या उनसे डिटेल अपनी सर रिट्रीव करनी हो तो सर कैसे करेंगे?
देखिए, नंबर वन, जब ई कॉमर्स वेबसाइट पे होता है कि आप डिफरेंट डिवाइसेस से लॉग इन है तो उसमें ऑप्शन होता है लॉग आउट फ्रॉम ऑल डिवाइसेस। हो सकता है ना कि कई बार आपने अमेजोन मेरे दिल्ली में आया हो तो मेरे फोन से आपने कर दिया हो लॉग इन करके, और कभी आपने अपने फोन से किया हो, या सिमिलरली अमेजोन प्राइम में भी होता है कि कौन क्या वॉच कर रहा है, तो नेटफ्लिक्स में भी। तो यू कैन ऑप्ट ऑप्शन लॉग आउट फ्रॉम ऑल डिवाइसेस, नंबर वन। सेकेंडली, सेव्ड जितने भी कार्ड हैं यू कैन रिमूव फ्रॉम ऑल डिवाइसेस। थर्ड, यू कैन चेंज योर नंबर, यू कैन चेंज योर नंबर। ओटीपी के अलावा अगर आपका पिन नंबर है वो भी आप चेंज कर सकते हैं कार्ड का। तो अगर किसी के पास इंफॉर्मेशन है तो वो यूजफुल नहीं रहेगी अगर आप अपना कार्ड का पिन नंबर चेंज कर लेते हैं।
Sir, a very good morning to you. Sir, this is Anis Alam, sir.
Good morning, Anish.
I want to ask one question related to the cyber trafficking. Sir, this cyber trafficking is increasing the major areas of the world. So what are the safety measures for the cyber trafficking? And is it covering under the Cyber Act 2000, Information Technology Act 2000? Is it covering, sir? Under
Yes.
this act?
Yes, cyber trafficking they are covering, and until unless you are not retrieving all the informations, and that cyber trafficking, particularly in the child trafficking, is on a very high through the world scenario, and for that even the Interpol issued a guidelines that how one should be secure. Here the role of parent come, and that's called the cyber parenting. And this cyber parenting, we should be very careful about what our children is watching on our social media or on any platform. The simple precautions: if you have a phone, you can create a two account, one for your, another for your children. Even that Netflix automatically they have created, and several applications they have the child control. And you see, if your children is watching some application, all the application have the age range, right? If a 13 plus some game is there, and they are using a killing and other things, and your children is 6 years, so you should immediately uninstall that app and set up permission in your app store that only the 6 minus age of the up to 6 year application shown whenever he wants to download or play any games. So age restrictions is there. You can use that, and you can make another account for your children. That's your role being a cyber parenting and cyber hygiene will play a very important role to avoid such trafficking, because a very famous case in the USA for cyber trafficking happened, and after that Interpol, they are issuing lots of guidelines for avoiding such kind of cases where a ward is facing an issue.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. And the second concern is that why the bank is providing the Wi-Fi credit cards, because they can be accessed without any credential by simple touching the device by the card. So it will be easy for taking the unauthorized payment from anyone. So don't you think this should not be?
See, I agree with you. It's option for the ease. You can disable your Wi-Fi access. You can set the limit of your Wi-Fi access. It's under your control. If I say the mobile phone is wrong, so it's going to be very wrong. But if you are shooting a porn video from that mobile phone, it's your choice. So mobile phone गलत नहीं है. उसको यूज कैसे कर रहे हो ये गलत है. So Wi-Fi card security several times पीपल आर फेसिंग इशू कि उनका कार्ड का चिप खराब हो गया, पर्स में रखे रखे खराब हो जाता है. सो फॉर दैट बैंक गिवन another feature in that. It's up to you, either you want to use or not. If you are not so technically advanced or not so well versed about that, you should not use that. Even the eSIM as well. Several times for removing SIM card several places and changing device to device, they are providing the eSIM. So it's your choice, what you want to. If you are not technically advanced, then definitely you should not use that Wi-Fi card. And if you are technically advanced, you used such new technology, because nowadays it's not only like there is one student asked about blockchain technology, better than the traditional method. Of course, it's a better. Any new technology is better than the previous one, because all the technology comes with a research. It's not the invention, it's a research. Whatever the search already has been done, we are doing the research. We are doing again these things. And now there's artificial intelligence for the even earlier it was only thumbprint, but nowadays facial recognition technology is coming, which is a aim of the Aadhaar for attendance system in colleges and in schools. They are using the facial recognition technology. So I here want to say that whatever the technology is coming for the good. But of course, every coin has the two sides. Either you want to use the good, or you want to use the bad. And if you are not able to tech savvy, I request everyone, do not use anything for the experiment basis, because in the experiment you are going to lose something which is not going to be recovered again.
Thanks, sir. I'm done, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I think कि जो वाईफाई कार्ड दे रहे हैं banking system is providing our Wi-Fi cards. Limit is less. I think 2,000 only.
Yeah, it's a 2,000, and you can block, you can disable, you can set less also. You can set to the 500 also. It's up to you. They have in the application they have given all the options
to us, but it is
and
in
even
our
all the credit
hands.
All the credit card user, you can disable your international transaction. So if even someone is getting a international and they are trying to do the transaction through the international website, because several international websites, they do not want the OTP. So you should disable your international transactions, so that it will be a very good, like if someone is doing a fraud through your card in the Indian scenario, they need the OTP. At least for international several website, even the FBI website, they doesn't need the OTP for making a transaction. I used to make the transaction on the Federal Bureau of Investigation for getting a police clearance certificate for my clients. They do not need any OTP.
Definitely, sir. It is in our hand कि हम जो है how we are using the technology. Digitally, we are very much equipped with us, but this is our duty. How to use it. Whether we कहते हैं ना हर बुरी चीज अच्छी लगती है, तो हर बुरी चीज अच्छी लगती है, तो ये हमारे ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि हम कितना हद तक उसको यूज करें। तो गृह मंत्रालय द्वारा जो है एक किताब भी पब्लिश करी गई है, साइबर सुरक्षा पर किशोरों छात्रों के लिए पुस्तिका। तो इसमें जो है ये बेसिक है, क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ हम लोग जो है डिजिटली तो जानते हैं कि कैसे हमें काम करना है, सोशल मीडिया क्या है, ट्विटर क्या है, इंस्टाग्राम क्या है, हमें क्या करना है, वी आर। लेकिन हमारे पेरेंट्स हैं या हमारे जो है रूरल एरिया के लोग हैं, जो बहुत ही जिनके पास डिजिटल डिवाइस है नहीं, मिलता है तो वो उसको बहुत गलत तरीके से इस्तेमाल करते हैं। वो बहुत ज्यादा जो है इस ट्रैफिकिंग में, बहुत ज्यादा ट्रैपिंग में फंस रहे हैं। तो उसके लिए गृह मंत्रालय द्वारा जो है सारे एक पुस्तिका भी जाहिर करी है। तो उसमें बहुत ही बेसिक्स चीजें हैं कि कैसी गाइडलाइन हमें फॉलो करनी चाहिए। तो मैं सभी से आग्रह करूंगी, अपने सभी स्टूडेंट से, कि जितना हो सके अवेयर करें लोगों को कि हमें जो है क्या डिजिटली हम कितना यूज करें, कितना हम सोशल मीडिया पे काम करें, क्या हमें शेयर करना चाहिए, क्या हमें नहीं शेयर करना चाहिए। आई होप आज का जो सेशन है, जो हमारे एक्सपर्ट सर हैं डॉक्टर रंजीत सिंह जी, उनका लेक्चर मुझे तो बहुत ही फ्रूटफुल लगा। आई होप सभी स्टूडेंट्स ने भी बहुत एंजॉय किया होगा, बहुत सभी को बहुत अच्छे वे में सर ने समझाने का प्रयास किया है। और अच्छा लेक्चर था, तभी जो है बच्चों ने इतने बढ़ चढ़ कर के क्वेश्चंस पूछे हैं। तो थैंक यू सो मच सर। Now I would like to invite Mr. Vinay Yadav ji, Assistant Professor, Department of Software, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Kaushal Kendra, to give vote of thanks, and formally we will end the session now.
थैंक यू अमिता मैम। मैं सर्वप्रथम अपने प्राचार्य डॉक्टर देवेंद्र कुमार सिंह जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा कि उन्होंने हमें एक ऐसी डिपार्टमेंट को अपॉर्चुनिटी कि एक साइबर जागरूकता अभियान के तहत हम बहुत अच्छा एक सेमिनार करा सकें, जिसमें हमारे बच्चे एक नए नए ज्ञान से लाभान्वित हो सकें। इसके साथ ही मैं डॉक्टर नीरज तिवारी जी, जो ज्ञान भारती के सेक्रेटरी हैं अम्बेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी के, उनको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ कि उन्होंने अपना बहुमूल्य समय दिया यहाँ पर। इसके साथ ही मैं डॉक्टर रंजीत सिंह का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूं कि उन्होंने इतना अच्छा लेक्चर दिया कि बहुत बच्चे जो है बहुत ज़्यादा उससे एनर्जेटिक हुए और अच्छी अच्छी उनको इन्फॉर्मेशन यहाँ पे मिली। और साइबर जागरूकता के बारे में उन्होंने हर पहलू पे बच्चों को उन्होंने यहाँ पे बताया कि हर पहलू पे कैसे कैसे काम किया जा सकता है और कैसे अपने आप को बचाया जा सकता है प्रेजेंट टाइम में। क्योंकि हमारे पास टेक्नोलॉजी और साइंस की बहुत अच्छी अच्छी नॉलेज यहाँ पे मिल रही है, बट हमें भी अवेयर रहना है कि हमें जो भी नए टूल्स या इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल रही है उनको हम कैसे अपने प्रेजेंट लाइफ में यूज कर सकें। इसके साथ ही मैं अपने डिपार्टमेंट में डॉक्टर अमिता मैडम का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा कि इन्होंने बहुत अच्छे तरीके से इस प्रोग्राम को ऑर्गेनाइज कराया, कंडक्ट कराया। और बच्चों का भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगा कि बहुत बच्चों ने भी साइबर जागरूकता अभियान में बहुत अच्छे से पार्टिसिपेशन किया और बहुत चीज़ों को ध्यान से सुना और समझा और सीखा। इसके साथ ही मैं डिपार्टमेंट में जो भी फैकल्टी मेंबर्स हैं जिन्होंने भी हमारे इस आयोजन में सम्मिलित हुए, उन सभी का मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूँ। थैंक यू अमिताभ।
धन्यवाद विनय सर। किसी भी प्रोग्राम का समापन जो है, because we are doing the webinar in collaboration with Vigyan Bharati Vibha. तो this is the forum which have a science and technology scientist इसमें हमारे ऐड हैं, बहुत सारे जो हैं, हम इनके कोलैबोरेशन के साथ कर रहे हैं। तो हमारी एक प्रथा है, आई एम अ लाइफ टाइम मेंबर ऑफ विज्ञान भारती। हम किसी भी प्रोग्राम को जब करते हैं तो ईश्वर की आराधना के साथ विज्ञान भारती की प्रार्थना से शुरू करते हैं, और समापन भी हम विज्ञान भारती की प्रार्थना के साथ ही करते हैं। इसके लिए मैं आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी मिस्टर मनीष पांडे जी को, जो कि हमारे मेंबरशिप प्रमुख हैं विज्ञान भारती अवध प्रांत लखनऊ के। मिस्टर मनीष पांडे जी, सर आर यू देयर?
यस, क्या मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
या सर, नमस्कार सर आप अपना वीडियो ऑन कर लें। आप सभी से आग्रह करूंगी अपना वीडियो ऑन कर लें, सभी बच्चे भी वीडियो ऑन कर लें, क्योंकि अब हमारा एंड ऑफ द प्रोग्राम है बिल्कुल।
शांति पाठ करेंगे।
जी सर।
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद सर, थैंक यू सर। थैंक यू सर, आपने अपना टाइम, हमें बहुमूल्य टाइम दिया और हम आपसे आगे भी हमेशा जुड़े रहने का प्रयास करेंगे सर। और आप, मुझे पता है रंजित सर आप बहुत बिजी थे, अहमदाबाद में हैं और आपने हमें हमारे लिए टाइम निकाला। थैंक यू सो मच सर। थैंक यू नीरज सर, थैंक यू मनीष जी, थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन फॉर ज्वाइनिंग दिस वेबिनार एंड आई होप स्टूडेंट्स ने बहुत इंजॉय किया एंड दे आस्क्ड सो मेनी क्वेश्चंस। Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vinay sir, for conducting and for supporting us to organize this webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Amitabh. Thank you, Vinay sir.
Thank you.
एंड सभी स्टूडेंट्स आज ये प्लेज लो कि आप लोग 25 लोगों को ये अवेयर करोगे कि ऑनलाइन फ्रॉड से कैसे बचे। तो अगर हम लोग 80 लोग हैं और 25 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे और उन 25 को भी बोलो कि आगे 25 को वो अवेयर करें, तो हम एक दिन किसी ना किसी उस पे पहुंच जाएंगे कि हम सभी अवेयर हो जाएंगे, थोड़ा ज्यादा कम लेकिन अवेयर हो जाएंगे। तो आज एक प्लेज लो कि 25 लोगों को आप लोग अवेयर करोगे और अवेयर करने के बाद आप अमिताभा मैम को रिपोर्ट करोगे इन 25 लोगों को आपने अवेयर किया।
बिल्कुल, डेफिनेटली सर।
थैंक यू सो मच मैम। थैंक यू एवरीवन। थैंक यू ऑल दिस।
Thank you.